Every man over 60 has wondered it, that mix of curiosity and quiet fear. She laughs at your jokes, texts you late at night, but deep down, you can't shake the question. Is this real, or just a game I don't understand? Because the truth is, age gap dating has its own hidden rules, the kind nobody tells you until it's too late. And those rules, they can make the difference between a love that feels like a second chance and heartbreak you never saw coming. Hi, welcome back to Journey After 60. In today's video, we're peeling back the curtain on the secrets of age gap dating, what men over 60 must know to protect their hearts, their dignity, and their future. But before we start, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel and stay with us. Because growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser. And every video here is another step toward that wisdom we've all been searching for. Now let's begin with the first secret, and it's one that can catch even the most careful man off guard. Secret number 1: mistaking attention for affection. In age gap dating, the first trap many men over 60 fall into isn't about money, looks, or even confidence. It's about attention. When a younger woman showers you with compliments, laughs at your jokes, and texts you every morning, it's easy to believe that connection runs as deep as it feels. But attention isn't always affection, and it's rarely love. Psychologists call this the validation effect. When you've spent years feeling invisible to colleagues, to friends, sometimes even to your own family, that sudden spark of admiration can feel like oxygen to a man's soul. It's intoxicating, and it clouds judgment. The truth is, not every woman showing you interest is chasing your heart. Some want security, some want stability, and yes, some truly want you, your wisdom, your humor, your presence. The key is learning to tell the difference before you give away your time, your trust, or your future. If you find yourself swept up, pause and look for the signs of depth. Does she ask about your dreams, your fears, your past, or just your wallet and your availability? Does she show up when it's inconvenient for her, or only when it benefits her? Because in age gap relationships, attention feels like a gift, but only genuine affection will stand the test of time. And if you can master this first lesson, the next secret will reveal a truth even fewer men are ready to hear, one that could save you from heartbreak you never saw coming. Secret number 2: confusing generosity with genuine connection. I once knew a couple, Tom and Lily. Tom was 62, newly retired, and full of life. Lily was 34, sharp, charming, and full of dreams. At first, their relationship looked perfect. Vacations in Bali, dinner at 5-star restaurants, and gifts that could make anyone's heart race. Tom thought he'd found a love that made him feel young again. But beneath the smiles and the Instagram perfect moments, there was an imbalance. Tom was giving not just his money, but his time, his energy, his plans for the future. Lily, she was taking, without ever truly building a life with him. Here's where many men over 60 slip. They confuse generosity with intimacy. They believe that providing is proof of love, that by making her life easier, they're securing their place in her heart. But relationships built only on what you give often crumble when the giving stops. If this is striking a chord, save this video right now. You may want to revisit this lesson later. The truth is, a woman who values you, not just what you bring, will meet you halfway. She'll invest in the relationship emotionally, not just enjoy the comfort it provides. She'll care about your well-being, your health, your happiness, not just the vacations or the gifts. Generosity is a beautiful thing, but it should never be a replacement for genuine connection. When a relationship is balanced, giving feels natural, not like a down payment on someone's love. The key is to give wisely, not endlessly. Start with time, attention, and shared experiences. Those reveal genuine connection faster than gifts ever will. Watch for reciprocity. If she shows care for your well-being and invests in you beyond what you provide, that's a sign of real balance. And if you sense the giving is one-sided, pause and talk openly, because love built on respect, not transactions, is the only kind that lasts. Generosity is a beautiful thing, but when it becomes the foundation instead of the gift, it clouds your judgment and leaves you vulnerable. And that's why the next secret is so important, because it exposes a truth most men never question until it's far too late. Secret number 3. The balance of power quietly shifts. In every healthy relationship, balance matters, no matter the age gap. But over time, I've seen too many men over 60 unknowingly surrender that balance, letting admiration, excitement, or even insecurity tip the scales in ways that slowly erode their confidence and clarity. It starts subtly. You stop speaking up when something bothers you because you don't want to seem too demanding. You begin rearranging your schedule, your finances, even your friendships, not because you want to, but because you're afraid of losing her. What feels like compromise in the moment slowly becomes a pattern of self-erasure. From my years of research and countless conversations with men navigating age gap relationships, one pattern stands out. Studies published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relations reveal that in couples where one partner feels less powerful, levels of anxiety and emotional burnout rise by over 65%, while patterns of overgiving increase by nearly 70%. In age gap dynamics, this imbalance is even more pronounced. Many men over 60 quietly fear that time isn't on their side, that if they don't keep giving, keep pleasing, they might lose the connection they've worked so hard to build. And slowly, almost without realizing it, they start trading pieces of their own identity for a sense of security that never truly lasts. To stay grounded in your own worth in an age gap relationship, you need to build confidence from the inside out, not from the attention or validation you receive. Start by investing in yourself first. Your health, your hobbies, your friendships, and your personal goals. A man with a full, independent life is far less likely to lose himself in the dynamics of a relationship, no matter the age difference. As we move into the next secret, we'll uncover something even more subtle, a shift that doesn't just affect your relationship, but your sense of identity itself. Secret number 4, when insecurity turns into silent sabotage. One of the hardest truths I've learned, both in research and through real stories, is this. Insecurity doesn't always show itself as fear. Sometimes it shows up as control. In age gap relationships, especially where the man is over 60, that insecurity can creep in quietly. Maybe you start questioning her friends, feeling uneasy when she goes out without you, or worrying that she'll eventually want someone closer to her age. At first, these thoughts feel harmless, even protective, but over time, they can grow into behaviors that suffocate the very connection you're trying to keep. This control rarely comes from malice. It comes from fear of being replaced, fear of not being enough. But the tighter you grip, the more distant she feels. The solution isn't control, it's honesty. Acknowledge your insecurities, talk about them openly, and remember, she chose you for your confidence and presence, not for how tightly you could hold on. Here's the thing, this silent sabotage doesn't protect love, it corrodes it. The more you let insecurity dictate your actions, the more distance you create, until the relationship begins to feel heavy for both of you. If this insight resonates with you, tap like and subscribe now. It's the easiest way to revisit these lessons and stay grounded in the truths that matter most. The way forward isn't about pretending you don't have fears. It's about acknowledging them and communicating openly. Share what makes you uneasy, not as an accusation, but as a conversation. I know these feelings are mine to work through, but I want to be honest about them. This approach does two things. It shows vulnerability without blame, and it invites trust instead of defensiveness. Over time, these honest conversations build a stronger foundation, one where fears don't have to hide and trust has room to grow. And remember, growth doesn't happen overnight. Each open, respectful conversation chips away at insecurity and replaces it with understanding, making the relationship not only more exciting, but more sustainable in the long run. Now we'll move into the final secret. You'll see how every lesson we've uncovered so far connects, revealing the core truth that determines whether these relationships thrive or quietly fall apart. Secret number 5, when the mask finally slips. No matter how carefully we try to hide it, insecurity, imbalance, or unspoken expectations, the truth has a way of surfacing. In many age gap relationships, there comes a moment when the mask slips. It may not be dramatic. Sometimes it's just a quiet conversation, a missed call, or an offhand comment that reveals what's really been brewing underneath. What's really happening is that the unspoken finally finds a way out. Insecurity that was hidden, expectations that were never voiced, or fears that were quietly growing in the background, they all surface. And when they do, they can either break the bond you've built or become the starting point for a deeper, more authentic connection. I've seen this in over a dozen stories I've studied, and the numbers don't lie. According to the Journal of Marriage and Family, over 60% of age gap couples face a defining moment within the first 2 years, where hidden fears or mismatched expectations finally come to light. That moment doesn't always end the relationship, but it always changes it. The key isn't to avoid that moment, it's to prepare for it. When it comes, let it be a chance for honesty, not panic. Instead of reacting with anger or retreat, lean into calm clarity. Ask yourself, what do I really want from this relationship? What does she truly want? When you approach it from a place of self-respect and open communication, that moment can become the start of something stronger, more balanced, and more real. Because here's the quiet truth. Age gap relationships don't fail because of age alone. They fail when fear, silence, or imbalance take root. But when you stay grounded in your worth and approach love with courage and clarity, those relationships can thrive in ways that even time can't diminish. As we come to the end of this reflection, one truth stands out. Navigating an age gap relationship isn't about playing defense or building walls. It's about knowing yourself, honoring your worth, and choosing love that feels balanced and real. Each secret we've uncovered, from mistaking attention for affection, to losing balance, to letting insecurity take over, isn't meant to spark fear. It's meant to give you clarity so you can walk into these relationships with open eyes and steady ground. Because here's what my years of research and experience have taught me. Real connection doesn't demand that you shrink yourself or buy someone's love. It grows from mutual respect, emotional honesty, and the quiet confidence of knowing you bring value beyond anything material. If this message has resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. Together, we're building a space where men over 60 can step into love, not with fear, but with wisdom, dignity, and the courage to ask for the kind of relationship they truly deserve. And may these 5 secrets stay with you as reminders. Your presence is enough, your boundaries are powerful, and the right person will never need you to be anyone but yourself. Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.